Hey guys, how's it going? This is the Bald Metal Nerd coming at you with a quick video. In this video, I thought I would talk about something that I have some personal experience with, and that, of course, is aging. Um, and what's interesting is how quickly it can really, smack you in the face. Now, there are two sides of aging. One is the obvious physical signs. You can look at somebody and tell they ain't so young no more, right? As for me, my signs here are, of course, hair loss. That's the most obvious one. Some lines in my face and some gray hairs in my beard. You may or may not be able to see that on camera. So it's obvious I'm not a super, super young person anymore. I'm only a few months away from being 37, but, it's just one of those things. Now, if you had asked me, say, 3 years ago, how do you feel? How's your health? I would have always said excellent. I feel absolutely excellent. Yeah, well, I think this happened about 2 years ago or so. I had what I call a lost year, and by that I mean I felt like I was gonna fucking die. I went from basically feeling absolutely fine 1 minute, and then the next minute I felt like I was on the edge of death. Good stuff, right? I would just feel awful. My chest would hurt, hurt my back, my arm, all that shit. Classic signs of a lovely heart attack, right? Well, I went to more than one doctor. You know, yeah, I didn't have heart attacks, thankfully. Yeah, and they said I had no cardiac risk factors. My pulse, normal. Blood pressure, normal. Cholesterol, normal. My heartbeat, normal. All this stuff, normal, 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 normal. Right? Well, that's good. I went. I had a whole bunch of tests done. Whole bunch. Everything normal. Right? I went to several different types of doctors, several different tests. Even did an MRI on my brain. Normal. Right? Great. So I finally go to a GI or gastroenterologist, however you pronounce it, and they stuck a camera down my throat, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you got a hiatal hernia." Well, I learned that this is something that about 70% of everybody gets when they reach a certain age. Granted, they're usually much older than I am, but everybody gets them. Well, not everybody, but most people get them, and then most people who get them never have any symptoms from them. But lucky me, I get it at a much younger age, and I have pretty, severe symptoms from it. Lovely. And what it basically is caused by, of course, is, a hiatal hernia. What that is basically it means your stomach kind of moves around in your abdomen some, which, of course, causes stomach acid to, come up, heartburn, all that fun stuff. So basically, I had really bad heartburn. They started me on some different pills, and I have to say it's made a huge difference. I now feel about 95 to 97% normal all the time now. For the most part, every now and then it flares up, but for the most part, I feel pretty good. And I've more or less resumed life normally. And then the second thing that happened to me, in my opinion, prematurely, is my right ankle. I would go through periods where I'd be fine, and then all of a sudden I wouldn't be able to walk for a few weeks because it hurt so fucking bad. I'm like, oh, this is great. And then, back and forth, back and forth. Fine. It didn't take me long to decide to go to a foot and ankle doctor. It's like, I better go see what the fuck's going on. And, they take an x-ray of my foot and ankle and shit. And like, oh, yeah, you've got arthritis and spurs in your right ankle. I'm like, well, I'm not even 40 yet. How the hell do I have arthritis already? They're like, well, it can happen if you've injured the joint a lot, regardless of your age. And then I think about it, and I'm like, well, shit, yeah, I've definitely twisted that ankle more than once in my life. So that's got to be what it is. Great. I got fucking arthritis already, and so the doctor starts me on a few rounds of pills, and it's and eventually the pills don't do jack shit that he gives me, by the way. So finally after going there, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 times in a month, he's like, oh yeah, try this brace. The brace makes a huge fucking world of difference, right? And it really does help out. And then what amazes me, and then, why the doctor didn't tell me this on his own, since he's a fucking doctor, I don't know. But I did some research on the internet, like, are there any supplements that I can take that'll help joints and stuff, And I found conflicting information, but I was like, fuck it, I'm going to try it and see if it makes a difference. So I started using a product called Move Free by a company called Schiff, Schiff. And it's made a fucking huge difference. Now I only wear the brace now if I'm going to be hiking or something. If I know I'm going to be walking a whole lot more than normal, I'll put on the brace. But other than that, I don't even need the brace anymore. Taking this supplement makes a huge fucking difference. I basically feel more or less normal in my joint now, which is great. So basically, my main takeaway from this, guys, is if any of you are feeling any symptoms or whatever, or you're feeling bad, don't give up. Keep going to the doctor. Keep doing it. Don't stop. Don't just accept that that everything is normal, because if you're not persistent, they won't find it. I guarantee it. And you've really just got to keep beating on them like, hey, I feel like shit. Don't let them tell you. If you feel like shit, don't let them tell you, oh, you're fine. You're fine. Keep going to doctors until they find what the fuck is wrong with you, right? Don't give up. And do research on your own. You shouldn't have to, because in theory, the doctor should know this shit, because it's what they're fucking paid to do. And I'm just a lay person, right? A layman. And I'm looking this shit up online myself, and I'm fucking finding more answers than they're giving me. It's good shit, right? But anyway, just use your brain. That's really, I guess, the main thing that I can take away from this. And it's really sad that you have to do so much work on your own when you're, these fucking doctors are like, it's just, but anyway, just basically keep at it, do your research, keep on it, and you guys will be, that's really my main suggestion. Just keep on it until you find the solution to your problem, because, for most medical, now, of course, there are conditions out there that don't have any sort of treatment whatsoever, but there are, the vast majority of medical conditions have some sort of treatment where you can get some sort of normalcy back. And I would highly recommend you keep pursuing it until you get it. And it really just kind of sucks the way, one day you're a young, person with no pain, no medical issues, and then the next day, it's like you're an old fucking man already, right? It's crazy. So, and it really just reminds you, for me, when this happened, it really did remind me. I mean, it's always in the back of your mind, of course, but it really did remind me, yeah, one day I'm gonna die. It's inevitable. It's going to happen at some point in time. It's unfortunate, but hey, that's life, man. So anyway, thanks for listening through this. I hope you guys liked what you see. If you did like what you see, of course, as always, please thumbs up, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.